Connecticut pastor was dealing meth in exchange for watching sex. The flesh is weak. I bet you didn't have that on your bingo card this early in 2024. A trickin' ass pastor. A welcomed addition to my ever-growing catalog of train wrecks. Hell in a handbasket, kids. Hell in a handbasket. A Connecticut pastor was arrested after police said he was selling methamphetamines from his house and at the church. Selling crack? Where you arrest that, Rev? Connecticut State Police arrested Herbert Irving Miller, 63. That does not sound like a meth dealer's name. But then again, I guess Walter White didn't either. And the term meth dealing pastor doesn't quite roll off the tongue either. On February 9th, after police noticed that he was operating his vehicle with a suspended registration and failed to maintain the insurance requirements. During the police investigation, Miller was in possession of crystal methamphetamines in both rock form and liquefied into a hypodermic needle prepared for injection. I'm curious because the only people that ride around with loaded needles are people that intend to use them, actual addicts. So what was he doing? Was he selling preloaded syringes like people sell pre-rolled blunts? Miller was then charged with operating an unregistered vehicle, operating a vehicle without the minimum insurance. If you sell drugs, you should take just a portion of that money to keep your tags and insurance straight so the cops don't pull you over and find this type of stuff. Use of drug paraphernalia. Don't listen to me. Possession with intent to sell or dispense narcotics and possession of a controlled substance, the police report said. He is released on a $10,000 bond. Miller was the pastor of the First United Methodist Church in Shelton, 48 miles southwest of Hartford, before becoming the pastor of Woodbury United Methodist Church in July 2023, the Connecticut Post reports. What was he doing out there in Shelton that he wanted to move town? Nobody ever changes towns, changes locations to start selling drugs and tricking for the very first time. It's a very good chance he was out in Shelton doing his dirt and decided for whatever reason that he needed a change of venue. The Woodbury Police Department received a tip that Miller was allegedly dealing drugs from his house right next to the church. WFSB reported Miller's neighbors saw a lot of traffic at the home and saw a meth pipe on the road near the church. Goodness. Police told WFSB that investigators believe Miller was providing the meth, and in exchange he wanted to see couples have sex. Miller's court date is on February 23rd at Woodbury Superior Court. A voyeuristic pastor is insane, but I'll tell you what's even worse. Instead of giving these couples money so they can decide what they want to do and maybe one time they'll decide to buy food instead of drugs, he was feeding their addiction by giving them drugs and drugs only.